Howdy, I'm Jimmy. Thanks for joining me outside on the full moon. All the lunatics are out. Better watch yourself if you're out and about today. Got that crazy moon energy flowing through us. So I stumbled on this movie the other night called The Wishmaster. And it's one of those, it's like back in the 90s. It's one of those like horror movies that's kind of gory, but it also ends up being kind of funny because it's just kind of corny and, people are wishing for things and then they're getting their wishes fulfilled in a lot of crazy ways in this movie. But it's kind of similar to Dune, because when I had watched Dune and kind of captured the story of Dune, and then I was like, oh, I could compare this to what's happening in real life. I think that's why Frank made those books. You know, he's trying to say something deeper within these stories. And I find the same thing in this Wishmaster movie. Be careful what you wish for. So I want to talk about this movie. It's pretty silly, but basically it's about a genie or a djinn. You know, they call them the devils and demons in the West. They're called jinn in the East. But basically, there's this djinn captured in a ruby, and then somebody, just like you rub the lamp, somebody rubs the ruby and then releases it, and then it grants you wishes. And, you want to go deeper into the story. The person who summons the djinn, they get 3 wishes. And on the 3rd wish, the djinn gets to bring other djinn into the realm and take over. It's a really crazy story, but it's kind of like you don't want to have that person finish the 3rd wish or the djinn wins. But so basically, I want to take this Wishmaster movie and just compare it to our lives and how people make wishes all the time and how they really don't understand how this realm works. If you're going about wishing for things to happen. Another form of wishing is voting. Literally look up the etymology of the word vote. See where it brings you. A vote goes back to the root word of wish. I wish something would happen. I wish this, I wish that. Without putting any effort forward. Without actually taking any action. You just wish something was different. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just sit around wishing the world would get better and I wish people would be better. I wish I would be better. It's just, you kind of start to realize you're surrounded by people who make wishes their entire lives. And their wishes never come true. Is the crazy thing. So I don't know why they keep doing it. But in the Wishmaster movie, people are kind of tricked into making a wish. And then the Wishmaster, the djinn, he takes advantage of them. And I just want to point out that's kind of the story of man right now. The story of humans is you're kind of born into a world where people have created wishmasters, right? They have all of these leaders that I wish something would get better. Oh, you'll make it better. I wish you to be into power. And how it's just a giant magic spell in a way. And it makes people powerless because they think that they can just wish things to happen without making the thing happen. It's a very simple trick. You know, these wishmasters, they want to rule over you. They want you to keep asking them for things. They want you to keep wishing for more things. And then, oh, you want this? You want a big house? Oh, I'll give you the big house. But you don't understand, when you make a wish, when you're given something that you didn't earn, it's a bad thing. And the other part of the movie is like, every time a person makes a wish, they can have whatever they want. Anything in the entire world. It's just they have to give up their soul to the Wishmaster. So the Wishmaster traps their souls after they make their wishes. Does that sound familiar? To me, there's so many people out there making wishes every day. I wish my leader would save me. I wish this side would save me. And their souls are trapped. Just sitting there in a soul trap, not able to create anything except for more foolishness, more stupidity, because you're giving people power that are just taking advantage of you. All these wishmasters, they understand the dynamic of a broken person who wishes they could be whole again, right? A sinner who just wishes he wasn't a sinner, right? So he's got to live an entire life as a sinner and keep praying and wishing to somebody that he's not, instead of just getting rid of all that psychic garbage and all that magic trick pretzel brain stuff inside of you, and being whole and not being broken alongside all the brokenness in this realm. The Wishmaster is just a devil. It's just your leaders. It's just these people who take total advantage of you because they know they've got people in such a position to where they feel hopeless, like they can't create something, like they need some force outside of them, right? Like they need a god to come and change everything, or they need a government and a giant army, right, to change things in their own personal lives. It's a very deep psychological trip we're going through here. And I really like it when I find a story that just jibes with the story we're all living. And Wishmaster, yeah, I think it's one of those, you can get a deeper lesson of people are wishing for things all day long, and they get their wishes, but it's not. Be careful what you wish for. I don't wish. I don't vote. I don't hope. I found a very solid, secure place within myself where I just know. How's that? Wouldn't you rather know something's gonna happen, or know it's not gonna happen, instead of wish, hope, having somebody drag you along, forever and ever and ever, instead of just getting rid of all those chains and all those strings and all the carrot on the stick somebody promises you, and just realize if something's going to be created, I have to create it. I just think that's a powerful way to look at it. I think that's a more correct way to look at it. If you give your power to these Wishmasters, you'll be wishing till the end of time. Now, I want to bring up this news story that I stumbled onto the other day. Sometimes, you hit a news story and it's pretty crazy, the story. It's hilarious, kind of. But I kind of want to apply it to this wish making, this wishful thinking that people have, right? So the story is, and I'll put up a little headline so you see, but it was like, this lady's attacked by a bat. It was like the headline. And then you like read into it, and so basically, I guess they're at the Grand Canyon. It's some lady from Massachusetts. They're at the Grand Canyon. It's nighttime, and they're stargazing or something, and she must have been mouth breathing because a bat flies into her mouth. And it just like flies in, and I think it flies out. But you know how people are nowadays. I gotta go to the doctor, I gotta get a shot or something. So this lady, they go to the emergency room, and she gets a rabies shot, right? Because, like, who knows, that bat that, like, flew into her mouth might give her rabies, if you believe all that crap. So, what ends up happening is the lady's charged $20,000 for this emergency room visit, because her insurance, she had just changed her insurance or something, and it hadn't gone through yet, so she's like left with this $20,000 bill because a bat flew into her mouth. It's hilarious to me, but I mean, hey, I don't have $20,000 to flush down the toilet, so this probably financially broke this person, right? Like, it's a bad deal, but you kind of have to understand how somebody has a lot of wishful thinking, for all of this calamity to happen, and then it's kind of an example of you wished for it, and this is what you got, right? You wished that the doctors could figure everything out and just give you a shot, and then I'm fine now, right? And you ended up like getting screwed over there. So just wanted to bring in like a real life story of somebody making a wish and it going totally awry. And I'm sure you can look into people's lives and see where they're wishing for something, and it's just, they're wishing to be beautiful, right? So they do all this plastic surgery and they turn into Catwoman. I mean, they wish to have all the money, right? You gotta think all these gamblers out there on the boat wishing that they had a bunch of money, and then it's all gone because they can't stop gambling because they're wishing for more. They're being greedy and stupid. I think you get what I'm saying. And I just thought it was one of those things that kind of cuts through almost everything. There's a lot of people out there making a bunch of wishes. Make a wish foundation, right? Like, they got all these kids that are sick and dying, and they give them a wish. One last wish before you die. I just think the whole idea is screwed up. And we got to stop wishing, and you just got to start making things happen. You got to create it. And if something doesn't happen that you really want, find a different way to get there, okay? Just It might happen in another year, it might take 5 years, it might take 10 years. Be patient with your creations, okay? It's another thing about people who wish. They want that instant gratification. I really enjoy the low and slow life, and how slowly but surely, as each year passes, I'm so surprised by what happens and what's around me, and how things that I wanted that I didn't even think of pop up. I don't have to wish them and be so, I don't have to imagine so much lack in my life to, I wish this, I wish that. It's like my life is so full, and the slower I take it and the more patient I am, I'm actually able to comprehend the fullness and see it, instead of just wishing for the thing and having it and it's mine already and I wish for the next thing. It's just a stupid way to live. I just think this wish-making mentality has infected a bunch of people. It's just a stupid spell that we need to dispel. Full moon, baby. Enjoy that full moon energy. I love you.